Hi, we're talking about the Vitrek V4. It's a 4-in-1 electrical safety tester. This is the top of the line unit in our V60 series, which starts with as simple as an AC high-pot tester, and then we have models that add both AC and DC high-pot capability, insulation resistance measurement, and then the V4 is the top of the line, which also adds 40 amps of ground bond capability. So it's a 4-in-1 electrical safety tester. What we're going to do today is show you how to set down and set up a test sequence. It's very simple. We're going to start with test sequence number 1 here. Step 1, we're going to hit the edit button and spin this knob to call up a function. So for my first function, I could do an AC high pot test, which is AC voltage withstand test, and then use the field button to go over here and set the output voltage. We're going to do a 1500 volt test today, a pretty popular test for UL. Set the voltage at 1.5 kV, advance to the current field. Now the cursor is under the current level. The maximum current limit we have set here is 4 milliamps. I'm going to go up to 10 milliamps. That's a very popular current limit. This instrument is capable of sourcing up to 40 milliamps on AC. We'll set this down here at 10. Any current leakage that exceeds 10 milliamps will cause this unit to trip and indicate a failure for the device under test. The next field is the minimum current limit. I recommend setting that at 0 until you know what your baseline leakage current is, because if you get a leakage reading below the minimum limit, it's going to fail the test. So we'll start with 0. Ramp time. That's how long it takes us to go from 0 up to the test voltage. UL likes to see a 1-second ramp, so let's go over here and put 1 second in there. And then the test time, that's how long we're going to dwell on the given test. For this demonstration purpose, we'll use 5 seconds. So go right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That completes all the test parameters that we need to do for an AC high pot test. And we hit the save button here to save that particular step. Now, if we wanted to add on an additional step, like a ground bond step, to make sure that we have good continuity from our chassis to the earth ground pin on the power input, then we come up to the step number, which is 1.01. We want to change that to 1.02. I'm going to press the menu button, and we're going to cursor over to the unit digit and dial up 1.02. Then I'm going to press the edit button, which takes me over into the parameter field, and we can scroll through and see the different functions. We're going to select ground bond. The test current is the next field, so I hit the field button and then cursor over to go to 25 amps. Very popular current for UL electrical safety testing on ground bond. Now we have the Imax, or the Rmax, which is the maximum resistance field. I recommend 100 milliohms. There we go. There's 100. Go to the next field, Rmin. I'm going to recommend 0. And then we have a test time. Let's do a 2-second test. And save. Okay, we've just done an AC withstand test followed by a ground bond test. If you notice, we're in the edit mode here. If I hit the reset, we clear that, we put it in the ready mode, and then all I have to do is punch the green button to run the test. So here we go. We've got a high voltage warning indicator. You can see the test voltage is counting down for test time. Now we're doing the ground bond test. And then here's our summary screen, where it shows we passed the first 2 steps on this test number 1. And then there's additional space available for other tests where we have ins here, indicates that there's no test stored in there. So you've got a pass, in. If we scroll back through to the beginning, we can actually view the test results. So it shows what our output voltage was, how long we tested, and what the measured leakage current was. In this case, we measured 0. The next test was ground bond. We're doing our 25 amp ground bond test. We measured 4.7 milliohms in our test setup. Now I'd like to run this test again, and we're going to show how the safety interrupt circuit functions, so that if you have the rear input connected to contact closure and that contact closure goes open during a test, it'll shut the test down. So I'm simply going to hit ready there and go, and then if I remove the test connector, it stops the test instantly and we fail the test. And that's how easy it is to use a Vitrec V4.